Welcome everyone to this episode of the Palmetto Guardian. I'm Sergeant Chelsea Weaver, and today we have some very special guests with us, new faces, so glad to have you guys in. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody.
Yeah, so I'm James Harris. I'm from Union, South Carolina. I'm the lead child and youth coordinator for the South Carolina Army National Guard, and I've been in this job for 12 years, and I absolutely love it. I love serving others. I love serving people, and as you'll see in this podcast, we have a lot to offer you guys. And we're excited to be here. So thank you for having us.
Awesome.
And hi, I am Leah Price. I relocated over here from California. It's my honor to be here today. I've been with the Child and Youth Program for 4 years, and I love what I do. The ability to be able to reach all of our military children is such a passion of mine. Being a retired Air Force, I am just really honored to be here and continue to serve all of our kids.
Awesome. Well, I'm really grateful that you both are here with us. But before we get started, I do want to introduce another new face with us. I have PFC Catoe with me. She is new with us on the technician side. So everyone say hi to Catoe. Hi.
Hi, Miss Catoe from Kershaw.
She's just so excited to be here. So, but all right, so let's get started. So before we go into like the main details of everything, can you explain a little bit more about child and youth programs and your mission and the things that you guys offer and that kind of thing?
Sure. So our mission is actually the mission of the Army National Guard Child and Youth Program is to promote and sustain the quality of life and resilience of Army National Guard dependent children and youth, providing secure, timely, flexible, high-quality support services and enrichment programs.
So can you go, like, what does a day-to-day look like for child and youth programs? Like, are you constantly always setting things up? Are there always events going on? Like, how does that work?
So there's a multitude of things that we do as child and youth. That's from giving our families resources. So if they need a specific thing for their child, we will dig into the community, both federally, nationally, state, and local, to be able to provide resources for families. For example, we recently had a family who needed after-school care because they were financially strained to continue paying the amount that they were paying per week. And we were able, from a community partner, to find a location for the children to go. And it was excellent because it was right at their same school, and it was completely free. The father is currently deployed, so that was a big blessing for that family. So we find resources, and we work hand in hand with our SFRSs and finding different resources. And then we also provide resilience training, which will go through some of the different events that we have coming up and that we have done previously to instill those resilience skills. I like to always say it's like building their tool belt of things to help them when things are difficult, when their parents are deployed or they're just getting bullied at school or any multitude of things that could be happening with our kids. We find resources or provide education for them to help them through those tough times. A day-to-day, yes, we are planning constantly. Mm-hmm. He likes to hit the ground running every single day, out working with our community, and he's excellent in that area. And then I'm usually behind the scenes doing all the paperwork and getting everybody registered, and that's what we do day in, day out, 365 days a year.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad that you guys are here to talk to us now because obviously April is the month of the military child. So we always like to highlight those special observances, but it's also good to talk about it throughout the year as well because like you were saying, there's parents who are deployed or they're going through tough times and everything. I mean, COVID has been a crazy time the last 2 years. So there's been a lot of stuff going on. And honestly, before, like a couple weeks ago when we started talking, I didn't realize that this was a separate program. Like everybody has heard of service member family care and all that kind of stuff. But to know that there's actually a specific program for our military children, it's awesome because I feel like traditional M-Day soldiers don't really know those resources that are out there for them and their families. And the full-time staff are the ones who know what's going on because they're in the armories, they're in the tag complex and stuff like that. So it's good to push out this information to those who typically don't know that this stuff is going on. So I'm glad that we could talk about that today, but I kind of want to go into the different events and things that you guys are going to be doing for the month of April so that we can have a bigger turnout for all the military kids that typically don't get to experience these kind of things.
Yes, so I'll touch on that. That is a wonderful time during the year, right? The whole month is dedicated to our military children. And if anybody knows, the purple is our color we wear in honor of military children. And that's the color that's created by all the different branches of service meshed into one, and it makes the color purple. That's how that color was chosen. So the national day to purple up is April 15th. So when I worked in California, we had one individual on April 15th who wore complete purple tuxedo, including a cane.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and he did it every single year, so we want people to go all out. Now, if you don't have purple, it's not a big deal. You know, we have another way of doing, celebrating our military children. We also have virtual Spirit Week, but we changed it a little bit to be a Spirit Month. So being a mom myself and having been an airman, I know that it's really hard sometimes to remember on Monday morning it's supposed to be Crazy Sock Day, right? So we decided to change that virtual Spirit Week into a virtual Spirit Month. So any Monday you can wear, you know, these different things that we have listed out for the month. And then take a picture, post it on social media, and we're going to provide all of those different informational resources, things to post up in individuals' units to share with their families on our social media page on Facebook and Instagram at SCGCYP. So that's where you can find us. It's a public page, and that has, actually, I posted it today. With
I think I saw it actually earlier.
yeah. And so that'll be an easy way to promote it and get it out to your M-Day soldiers so that they know that this is happening and it's a great event to be involved in. Mm-hmm. And then we also have a contest for Month of the Military Child as well. This is a national contest that I worked with a team of people at Guard Bureau to create this, and it's military kids embracing the journey. And there's 3 different activities that the families can do. We made it more of a virtual contest so that individuals don't feel they have all this additional work to do because everybody's on their phones quite often, right? Mm-hmm. And we're really hoping that the parents get involved with their children to do a social media mood board, trash to treasure, take anything from your house and make it new. And then the Earth Day challenge of riding your bike to go get ice cream or something like that. And step it up a notch and wear purple and take a photo and then share it with us on social media. So those are the events that we have going on. Now, we do have some other ones in work. You got to follow us on social media to find out when those are going to be happening as well.
No sneak peeks or hints or anything?
Well, we do have something locked in stone.
Okay.
And that is April 10th. It's in the upstate. And it's called the Little Hero Salute. And pre-COVID, we had this event for about 3 or 4 years, and this is our first one since COVID, so we're very, very excited. And we have a couple of helicopters flying in. We're going to have some animals there, some partner with one of our partners in the upstate, also with other partners. But we're going to have fire trucks and ambulances and you name it. All our first responders, they'll all be there. And they can mingle and fellowship with our military families. And it was a wonderful event. You can come out and eat a hot dog or a hamburger and get you a Coca-Cola or water or whatever. But we'd love to have you guys up there.
Awesome. And you said upstate. Where exactly?
So it's at USC Upstate.
Okay.
301 North Campus Boulevard. We're actually partnering with USC Upstate and Clemson as well.
Okay. Perfect. Now, I know... another big event in the summer is the youth camp. Can we talk a little bit about that? I know that I'm doing this podcast. It makes me want to push the information out to those M-Day soldiers, because I feel like being full-time, you get everything at the palm of your hand, but for those M-Day soldiers, they don't know that this stuff goes on. I didn't know until I was full-time. So I really would like to push that out to those who never have been able to participate in it, because I think it is something great for the kids to experience and meet other kids their age that have military parents.
Sure. And Leah does a great job as far as pushing stuff out for us. And, we call our youth camp our Super Bowl. It is, this is our 27th year.
Oh, wow.
We're going to have this youth camp. And it is from 10 to 13 year olds. And it is July 31st through August 4th. And our volunteer staff are unbelievable. They always go above and beyond, and the staff we have on hand there, they have an experience of 10 years or plus. We even have one guy that actually started the camp there. He's an old Sergeant Major, Sergeant Major Tommy Myers. He started the camp in 1994.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's really cool. But we offer a lot of activities there. We have low ropes, and of course we're going to swim every day. We actually have a blob. You know what a blob is, right?
Yes.
It's unbelievable. The kids are always in line for it all day long. Of course, we're going to target shoot, skeet shoot. We play paintball. Not unless you're 10 years old, then you can just shoot at a target. But it's all about safety first with us. But we also play laser tag. But we touch on stuff like what Leah was saying. We always want to teach our children make right life decisions. We teach them words like honor, integrity, and the thing about it is, we teach them about bullying and cyberbullying, which is that was before in my time it didn't exist. So, but making those right life decisions, being around your fellow military children, and they build that bond, and once they come through that program, they end up being a junior counselor or a future team panel member. So we're very excited to have their children come at an early age so we can get to know them, and they get to know all the other kids throughout the state that are at the same age. Because if you're a 10-year-old, you'll be with a 10-year-old platoon the whole week of camp. You're not going to be with 14-year-olds. So it really helps to put each child in the right platoon, and that way they can build those relationships. So we're really excited about that.
So you mentioned the youth camp is ages 10 to 13, and then you mentioned 14. So is there other things for older kids?
So we're actually having a teen leadership retreat up in the upstate of South Carolina, June 2nd through the 5th. That is going to be for 14 to 17-year-olds. Okay? So once you get finished with youth camp, then you get to graduate into the teen leadership retreat. And it's up in the mountains in South Carolina. Beautiful, beautiful facility. And of course, there we do a little stuff different. Of course, we still play laser tag. They have crossbows. They have a canopy tour, which is like a 7-port zip line all the way down a mountain. Yeah, and there's a privately owned waterfall, and this waterfall is like 40-something feet, and you can hike to it and through the woods, and the kids love it. I mean, it is unreal. And then, of course, we swim every day. We have campfires, but we still teach them resilient training, like during the off time, like hunting the good stuff and stuff like that, because we always promote positivity, and we always promote family and fellowship. And so it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to be a part of.
Awesome. Now, what qualifies a child to be able to participate in this? Just their mother or father are in the National Guard, South Carolina National Guard, or are there other requirements?
So we do ask that everybody is specific when they fill out the application, whether they are currently serving stateside or deployed, and then a retired or a civilian employee. So those are the options to select when they're getting their application, and then we choose from that top three.
Okay. So, because it's showing that there's a certain amount of slots. So basically, if you get too many applications, you have to narrow it down to that specific amount of people. And I guess there's a way that you determine who goes and who
Yes.
doesn't. Okay.
Yes. So let me clarify that a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do have, so number one, the first people to go, the children, would be of deployed soldiers or deploying in 2022, because some people have not left yet. And then we do currently serving stateside, and then retired, and then civilian employees.
Okay.
So that's how we organize it. Now, just because those slots are filled, we're still taking applications, meaning for our wait list. And any of the ones that fall into that category of those ones that I mentioned, we will go through the list and select the ones that are currently serving or deployed.
Okay.
And they will be selected first. They will have priority, because we really want to instill, they're going through a really challenging time with their parent, not being at home. And some of them even take on that leadership role if their father steps out of the home or the mother steps out of the home. And then they're taking on all these additional responsibilities and stressors. So we really want to give them an opportunity to come and, like James said, to fellowship, to be family with other military children, learn resilient skills, and have just some fun doing the zip line or paintball or whatever those activities that they desire to do while we're at camp.
The beautiful thing about our program is, just for example, right before I came on this podcast, one of my old campers, Will Braddock, he just came through here. He started this program at 10 years old. Now he's already went a full circle, finished the Citadel, finished Georgia Tech, and now he's coming back to camp, and he's our acting first sergeant at camp this year. He was also acting first sergeant last year. So that's the beautiful thing about it, the relationships. And we're so proud of that. I'm so passionate about that, because the way what Leah was saying, just piggybacking on that, our military children are our unsung heroes. I mean, they go through deployments as well. So we are always wanting to celebrate that. And in any which way, any window of opportunity, we try to jump in there with feet first and you know, put our arms around our kids and just make sure that treat them that it's going to be okay. You have an extended family out there.
Yes. So going back to the camp part, is there a time period of when you will find out that you're actually going to go?
Yes, and we do let everybody know that in April we're going to make that final decision. And it's not just myself or James that are making these decisions. We have a whole team of people that we will review everything with and then make that decision. So that way it's all of our leadership within the program to help us make a final decision and report to the families and let them know.
Okay.
Exciting news that they get to come to camp.
Yes, ma'am. And please don't let that be a deterrent for anybody else to sign up, because if you're on that waiting list, Leah and I will put you on other events that we offer throughout the year. So it really helps us, because it puts us in contact with those people, and they get on their distro list, and it all of a sudden it all connects.
So there is no cost for any of these events that you hold for.
Everything we're
program.
saying is free. Everything that she and I offer is free to our military families.
Is there anything else that you would like to talk about that maybe we haven't gone over?
Oh, yeah. So we started an outdoor program around 12 years ago, and I'm so thankful. I'm so proud of the state. Number one, South Carolina is unlike any other with all our state and community partners. Pre-COVID, we had like 30-something events in the outdoors, and we're getting back to that now. Now, we're not near 30 right now, but we're somewhere around 8. So we really want to continue, since the pandemic's supposedly over, we're going to offer a whole lot more stuff. And that's why it's so important to get on our Facebook and our social media so you can follow us.
Or email us. We have our email address for our team email, so it goes to both James and myself. And that way we have the same emails coming in, and I can track it. We can add you to our distro. So say camp's coming up, there's a fun event coming up, or somebody offers to take a couple of our kids for another community partner to a different camp. We send it out via distro, and then we also post it on our Facebook and our Instagram page. So those are really important to follow us on there. I'm always posting, and like we brief at Yellow Ribbons and work with all the soldiers and their families. But I always tell them, so say you come to me and say, hey, I'm having this issue with my child and I need assistance. Then I dig into the community, or James digs into the community, and we find an awesome individual or organization that can really help to ease that stress for you. Then what we do is then we post that on Facebook and Instagram. So that way you have that information. You know what resources are out there, because there's so many, whether it's webinars that are free that can help teach your child financial, how to deal with bullying and all these different options that are out there. It gives that opportunity to know about the resources, to find the answers that are going to help you as a parent to be the best that you can be with your child.
So again, could you just state your Facebook and Instagram just one more time for those in the back?
Absolutely. It's SCGCYP.
And that's on both?
Yes, hashtag SCGCYP.
Okay.
Now we do have this might be confusing for some people, and I need to really clarify this. So James has it's the child and youth, but you'll see James Harris, it's a private page. Mm-hmm. That's not our page. That's our admin page for our public Facebook page where we post stuff. So make sure that you don't go to where it says James Harris. You can go on that page and then go down to where it says Facebook and click it. It'll take you to our page if you're having a hard time finding it. But you can just go to our public page.
Okay.
Follow us there. And if you have any issues, you can email us too. We'll help you out.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we put all your contact information in the description below. So don't worry, we will get you in contact some way, shape, or form.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you would like to add before we close out?
We're just honored to be here.
I'm so honored to be here, and thank you guys so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
We appreciate you.
Yes, well, we appreciate y'all coming. Excited for youth camp, excited for all the events coming up. So definitely check them out on social media. And if you're interested in any of these events, make sure you get in contact with somebody. We will make it happen. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And we will catch you guys in the next episode.